Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that a single financial decision made in secret could have turned the entire US economy upside down. You'd probably think it sounds like a Hollywood thriller, right? Well, today, we're diving into a story that is far more shocking than any movie. A story where ambition, secrecy, and a single investment collided to almost bring down an entire nation. But before we get into it, let me ask you, what if your entire financial future could hinge on a single, invisible move you didn't even know existed? Scary thought, isn't it? Now don't scroll away. I promise this isn't your typical political rant. This is about money, power, and the lessons you need to live a wealthy, smart life. And yes, you'll be shocked at what's coming. It all begins with a man who needs no introduction. Trump. Ambitious, bold, and polarizing. But today, we're not talking about politics. We're talking about finance, strategy, and one secret investment that nearly collapsed the US economy. Before we dig in, imagine this. You've just started with nothing. $0, no backup, no safety net. And somehow, someone turns the rules of money into a game so powerful that even governments feel the tremors. That's the level of stakes we're talking about. Now here's a question for you. Have you ever made a decision thinking it's harmless, only to realize later it could have catastrophic consequences? Well, that's exactly what happened here. Let's rewind. To understand this, we need to go back a few years. Back when the financial landscape looked stable, stock markets were soaring, investors were confident, and the public believed in the illusion of security. But behind the scenes, secret deals were brewing. Deals so potent, so cleverly concealed, that even experienced economists barely noticed. Imagine sitting in a room with millions of dollars at stake and knowing that one wrong move could cost billions, or worse, an entire economy. That's the tension we're going to explore today. And trust me, it's intense. You might be thinking, this sounds too complicated. I just want to know how to make money. Fair, but here's the thing. Understanding this story will show you exactly how real wealth works and how fragile it can be. Let's dive into Act 1, the setup. Act 1 is all about ambition. Trump's vision wasn't just about making money, it was about creating an empire, a legacy, and an investment so clever it could manipulate markets. But like any high-stakes plan, it came with enormous risk. Now here's a humorous thought. Imagine trying to balance a billion-dollar investment while juggling tweets, political events, and global scrutiny. Honestly, if you think your Monday mornings are stressful, you haven't lived yet. Behind the scenes, advisors and analysts were preparing for the unexpected. Yet, even with all the data, no one could fully predict what was about to happen. And this is where the first cliffhanger comes in, the investment. What was it? What made it so powerful and so dangerous? I'm not going to reveal everything just yet. First, let's understand the mechanics. This wasn't just a stock pick. It wasn't real estate speculation. It was a complex financial instrument, one designed to multiply returns exponentially, but only if the right conditions aligned. Now here's the scary part. If even a small variable changed, an economic indicator, a policy shift, a market reaction, the entire structure could crumble. And when I say crumble, I mean billions evaporating almost overnight. You might be wondering, how is that possible? Isn't the economy too big to fail from one investment? That's the beauty and the danger of leverage. One strategic move, amplified across multiple sectors, can create ripple effects the public never sees coming. Let's pause here. Quick question. If you had insider knowledge like this, would you act or stay safe? Think about it. Because today, we'll uncover the very decisions that could have cost ordinary Americans everything, and how understanding them can protect and grow your wealth. Transitioning into Act 2, the conflict. Act 2 is where the stakes get real. The investment goes live. Markets react. At first, it seems stable, but slowly, tiny cracks appear. Small fluctuations that no one outside the inner circle notices. It's like watching a snowball roll down a hill, harmless at first, until it becomes an avalanche. And here's a humorous interlude for perspective. Imagine a snowball labeled $38 trillion rolling toward your portfolio. Yeah, that's the level of stakes we're talking about. As days pass, the hidden risks become more apparent. Economists begin to notice anomalies. Analysts question assumptions. But the public remains blissfully unaware. That's the tension. Those in the know versus the rest of the country. Now here's a cliffhanger, the first real shock. A single sector starts to falter. Minor panic spreads across markets, and suddenly